Welcome to Golden Mastermind Seminars Radio with your host, Jeffery Combs.
Jeffery Combs, how are you today? Tuesday, 2 for Tuesday. I'm in the flow, in the juice. Good to have everyone here with me today. I'm in the GMS saddle, inspired to produce results in a relaxed body. Scott Lucas, how are you, Scott? Scott, I have replaced the Protege Writer Speakers Workshop, and in July, for those of you who'd like to attend my first 2-day event in 2.5 years, Scott, you attended the very last event I ever hosted in Breakthroughs to Success. On July, the date, July 28th, 29th, and 30th, I'll be launching a new product called Millionaire Blueprint. It will include some of the speakers that would have been at the Protege Writer Speakers Workshop. I'll be incorporating the best of the best. It will be a combination of letting go and millionaire mindset. So if you feel that is you're in alignment with that, tickets will go on sale in this afternoon, actually. Lynette, good to see you. Scott, always good to see you here on Facebook Live. And who did I see? Did I see Sarah? Sarah, good to see you this afternoon. Corey Van Winkle, good to have you here this afternoon. If you can feel me, it's because I'm being felt. I have that unique edge that I'm always have that edge, but I'm on a different edge of an edge today. So I'm in the right place at the right time with you. Joseph Kobos, good to see you this afternoon. Sarah Baker, everyone say hello to Sarah. Sarah is one of my newest rock star clients, and she is here with her edge. Beth Ireland, good to see you. Beth, did you come to Breakthroughs to Success back in the day? If you are a former client, if you've coached with me or an existing client, you are qualified to purchase a ticket to my event called Millionaire Blueprint, which I'll be having twice this year. That will be in July, the last weekend of July, and in December. I'll finish the year 2022 with a Millionaire Blueprint. So that will be a very unique experience. Today's topic of today's call is the science of attraction. Not the law of attraction, that is a standard term. The science of attraction, meaning the inner game of attraction, the skill of attraction, changing who and what I attract, attracting to my reality, quality, like-minded, success seekers, a soulmate, a teammate, a customer, a client, a vendor, a contractor, a friend, the ideal dog, horse, cat, animal, experience, trip of a lifetime, any multitude of situation. Attraction is a skill. So over there is luck, and you can get lucky, and right here, right now is attraction. And you will attract your reality, people and situations that will fulfill the feelings that you're holding on to. So if you're in a trauma bond, you're in traumatic relationships with narcissistic, passive, aggressive perpetrators, or if you're in a job where you have a very narcissistic boss or manager, or you're in a job with a very passive, aggressive personality who singles you out, who takes advantage of you, if that's the communication, you can separate your feelings from that and step on up in consciousness in your power. And in your power, that means that you are transcending. You're transcending a level of consciousness. And there's a separation. You can feel it. You can feel it in your soul. You feel it in your gut. The brain fog begins to release that you hold on to. The hippocampus that is shrunk. The amygdala that is enlarged. The prefrontal cortex is shrunk. That creates the fight or flight, and the hypervigilance that the body's in. You can begin to relax and release. You can virtually, in a day, in a moment, in a thought, in any given moment, attract to your reality whatever you seek to create, like this, on command. That requires a belief, a sense of certainty. That requires to understand the difference between these two terms, know and know about. Many people will say, I know a lot about, so I don't know about. But when you know, when you K-N-O-W, you're in certainty. There's no margin for doubt when you're in certainty. And the more that you begin to live in certain means that you will not be denied, that you are unequivocally certain that you will find that soulmate, that you are certain that you can walk away from this relationship, that you are certain that you are in alignment with God, you are in alignment with Christ, you are certain that you are in alignment with the universe. When you are certain, there is no doubt. But when you live in doubt, anxiety, and fear, and overwhelm, you have now created a space for perpetrators, violators, people who will take advantage of you. And then you'll end up saying, this always, that becomes one of the words, always happens to me. Now there's two forms of always. The parking space is always available for me. I'm always late. I'm always behind. I'm always overwhelmed. This always happens to me. When that becomes your sense of certainty, that sense of certainty is a belief, it's a disbelief that you can do anything other than that. And when you begin to change those feelings, when you change that energy, you're no longer the mind-body connection to the events that shape the feelings. You will virtually change who and what you attract. If you're in a business that requires sales, branding, and marketing skills, if you're seeking teammates, if you're seeking customers, clients who buy on command, if you're looking for that type of experience, or if you're in the dating world, dating is a skill. I'm a dating coach. Very few people understand that dating is a skill, and so what they do is they just leave it to luck. And they're just out there on the dating sites. And then they wonder why you get these bizarre pictures from men and women. And one woman said, I had 3 of these bizarre pictures in one day. Well, there's a reason this happens. It is explained in universal law, in science, in attraction. And the more you understand that attraction is a skill. So the term that became thrown around in the internet marketing world was avatar. Who's your avatar? Who's your avatar? Well, my avatar, your avatar is your ideal client. It's your ideal teammate. It's your ideal producer. In 1996, I was $100,000 in credit card debt, and that was in December of 1996. By 1998, I became a self-made millionaire, and I started that year at $100,000 in credit card debt in 1996. So in it was actually a 28-month period. I went from sucking air to millionaire, and you can do the same situation. That was a byproduct of being clean and sober. That was a byproduct of the 10 years of recovery that I put into practical application. That was rigorous honesty. That was making amends. That was practicing forgiveness. That was gratitude. That was letting go of shiny objects. That was letting go of chronic debting. That was letting go of pathological lying. That was a byproduct of being rigorously honest and understanding cause and effect in what I do, why I do what I do. Not letting other people be responsible for my feelings. That's how I changed who and what I attracted. In 1991, I started to experience the law of attraction in a company called Herbalife. I attracted a 23-year-old man who was the proof that I required that I could succeed in that business. I attracted him. He had a 21-year-old girlfriend, and within 60 days, I had 60 people in my team from that one person. That's when I started to understand. And at the same time, concurrently, like this, at the same time, I was reading a book called The Game of Life and How to Play It. Chapter 3, Words Do Not Return Void. Word is law. I've never forgotten that. I started to use affirmations. I started to become clear on who I sought to attract in business, in life. And I started to look for characteristics. I started to look for character assets. I took a good look at people's character defects, and I was able to easily and effortlessly let people go. I learned to neutralize conflict. I learned letting go skills in that process and continued to evolve in it. And over a 28-month period, I had 20 people in my team achieve over 6 figures. Now, that was definitely a component of my leadership, being able to mentor people, but most importantly, who and what I attracted, having a simple system where I was not responsible for other people's results. And so in that duplication, in that type of business model, and if you're in an insurance business, a real estate business, a direct sales business, if you're a coach, influencer, affluencer, It's going to be very important that you master attraction skills. This Saturday night, I'm dining with Alex Rose. My wife and I are going to dine with Alex. It wasn't going to be her and her husband, but her husband's not going to be available. But Alex Rose is a major influencer. She lives in Sacramento, California. You can find her on Instagram, Alex Speaks. She's right now a very successful direct sales woman, mentored by Brittany Cara, who's also a very, very successful sales professional in a leverage business. I mean, in less than 2 years, I watched Alex move into multiple 5 figures. It's because of who and what she attracts. So this breaks down the veteran myth. Well, we do pay dues, but if you have an existing database, you earn that database by the person that you are becoming. So if you have influence, you can attract other influencers. If you have affluence, you can attract other affluence. But the myth of being a blue blood or being born rich, I was not born rich. I don't have any mentors I modeled myself after other people. I spent quality time with 3 different millionaires before I was 25, but they weren't taking me by the hand. They gave me a hand up, but there was no hand out. I mean, it's the ability to be responsible. So if you seek to increase who and what you attract, it is an absolute skill. Skill number 1, letting go. Letting go of feelings you hold on to. Resentment, anger, hate, rage, guilt, shame, abandonment, rejection, overwhelmed feelings, grief, apathy, and pride. So the most important skills that you learn to let go of, the most important emotions you learn to let go of, are rejection and abandonment. So if someone doesn't go on a date with you, or someone doesn't want to join you in a business, it's going to be your responsibility not to personalize that, not to be sensitive and defensive, to be able to easily and effortlessly let go. Number 2, change your communication style. I can't believe they rejected me. They ghosted me. More than likely, they weren't interested in you. And if they're not interested in you, it's going to be your responsibility to understand that for whatever reason, they're not interested in you. Don't overcomplicate it. Let that go. Don't try and get even with people. Stop trying to get in the last word. If you have to get the last word in, then you're addicted to being right. And if you're addicted to being right, then you're going to be in conflict, and it will suck a lot of your time up. It'll put you in a position where you're in the right, wrong, good, bad, black, white duality world. It's a waste of energy and time. Be clear on who you seek to attract. If you're dating, have a good view of the type of person you're seeking to attract. List the character traits you're looking for. Don't settle for what's not on your list. Don't compromise your own integrity because someone's attractive or someone's wealthy or someone's sexy or any multitude of situations. Look at the character defects. Many people give people 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th opportunities, and then they keep saying, yeah, but, and they keep going back to trauma bonds, panic patterns, out of desperation. And when you're attracting, don't attract from desperation, you attract from inspiration. When you're inspired, you'll attract at a higher law of frequency other quality, like-minded success seekers. When you're in the process of flow and letting go, you will have a higher vibration. Your energy will transmute at a higher level of consciousness. Telepathically, when you're transmuting from love and joy and bliss, it's a different experience when you're transmuting from grief and apathy and you're at the bottom in depression, on medications, alcohol, stuffing your feelings on foods, compulsively debting, and then telling yourself, I don't have anyone to talk to. I don't have any leads. Well, create them. Creation on command. 2 of the most important words that you learn to let go of when it comes to attraction are yeah, but. Yeah, but I don't have any leads. Yeah, but I don't have any money. Yeah, but, well, those can be temporary situations. It's all determined on how resourceful and creative you are. When you live in that resourceful creativeness, then you're not going to be in this lack and poverty consciousness. When you're creative, you're no longer going to be in this low level of energy. Because when you're creative, you're never out of money, you're never out of friends, you're never out of time, you're never out of, because in creativity and innovation, you're in plenty. When you're in attraction, Your energy must come from plenty, not scarcity. So many people in attraction come from desperation and scarcity. Oh my God, I have to get someone. I have to get them. I have to get them to this. I have to get them. How do you get a husband? Well, it's classic. I mean, that's your fucking control. When you're trying to control the outcome, you are not attractive. So attraction comes from the word attractive. And when your energy is attractive, people feel your charisma. They feel your love. They feel your joy. But when you're desperate, pissed off because you have a prostate issue that you created, or you're holding on to these feelings because you have gut issues, because you can't filter it and you can't release it. I mean, you're not going to be attractive. But when you're operating in the flow, the hands-free zone, you're going to be very attractive to people. It's your energy that's attractive. And then if you have looks or fashion sense or any of these other situations, they can add to it. But the most important component of attraction is coming from love, coming from joy, coming from bliss, coming from a love of people, loving life, and being able to exude is the word. But if you're exuding anger, rage, scarcity, and you're worried about what's going on in the world, I mean, I hear so many people, they ask me, what's your prediction? What do you think's going to happen? I don't really have a prediction. I'm a day-to-day type of dude right now. I mean, I've been studying what's going on in the world right now since 1979. I read the Warren Commission. I saw the movie The Manchurian Candidate in 1979. So anyone who knows anything about my world knows what that movie means. So I'm not a novice what's going on in the world, but I don't give it any more power than is required. Because if I start giving power to that over there, oh my God, the world's going to come to an end. The food shortage, the gas shortage, oh my fucking God. Well, it's not going to do anything for me right here, right now. That's going to detract from my ability to attract, because now I'm in scarcity. So what I know is this. I know that I come from plenty, and there are plenty of people who live in plenty, and those are the plentiful people that I'm looking to be in plenty with. And when you come from that, then there's no scarcity. And when you start to transmute from that, you'll see other people, they're not consumed with the future that hasn't happened. They're not worried about the next election. Now, I'm not suggesting my head's in the sand. I have two exceptional books. I'll just show you. Now, these, I'll give you a little hint on what I read sometimes spare time. Look at this one, The Devil's Chessboard. This is not a little tiny book. That's on Alan Dulles. You may know who he is. Fletcher Prouty. For those of you who don't know who Fletcher Prouty is, he was on the Joint Chiefs of Staff in John F. Kennedy's cabinet in the 60s. He wrote this book in 1963. So that's what I read. And that's very, very unique content, but it doesn't suck the life out of me. I don't get scared when I read that content. Oh my God. And if you want to see a really unique movie, watch Kill the Messenger. I watched it this week. Amazing movie with Jeremy Renner. The movie got absolutely squashed at the box office because of the nature of the content. And it is definitely worth seeing. It is another one of those movies that's made right in front of your face. And if you can actually see behind the veil of it, it will be a very enlightening movie for you. It is called Kill the Messenger. I highly, highly endorse that movie. It's very unique. And for those of you who understand what's going on in the world today, it will give you just a little more insight on why you have to let go of control and create your own commerce. And when you are skilled at creating your commerce, that's a direct reflection of your ability to attract. And when you're skilled at attraction, it's like this. So if the world falls apart and you're skilled at attraction, you'll be able to find the resources because you're resourceful. You'll be able to figure out how to build a house. You'll figure out ways to create nails. You'll figure out how to create contraband. You'll figure out resources. And you'll be one of those people that has gold and silver. I mean, if you know how to attract, you'll be able to adapt and adjust, and you will flourish in the new universe because you are skilled at attraction. My name is Jeffery Combs. I'm the president founder of Golden Mastermind Seminars Incorporated. If you're on today's Facebook Live, thank you for being here. If you've not accessed a free 20-minute coaching call, feel free to do this. In the next few hours, my assistant Dylan will release details on the Millionaire Blueprint event that will be the last weekend of July this year. In 60 days or so, like a little more than 60 days, you will have the opportunity to purchase a ticket to the Millionaire Blueprint. It will be my first event that I've spoken in since Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and the last time I spoke was March 8th, 2020. Now, in my career, I spoke 1,037 times. You did hear me right. 1037. I spoke 1,037 times and flew 2 million miles. And Lisa, I was in Australia twice. I spoke in Australia in Melbourne, Sydney, Adelaide, and Perth on 2 different occasions. So I have traveled the world. 7 countries I've spoken in, and I'm going to reignite my speaking career at the end of July. If you're an existing coaching client or a former coaching client, you may purchase a ticket for that intimate event called Millionaire Blueprint. Diane Hughes, good to see you this afternoon, Diane Hughes Hunt. Diane attended well over 30 of my events in her career and hosted me at least 15 times. Thank you very much, everyone. My privilege and pleasure to be here with you. Jeffery Cromes bringing you the edge of the edge. So have a great afternoon, everyone. Love being here. Have a great afternoon, good day, and goodbye.